Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start a new lesson which is measuring time. Telling time. We have two types of the clock, which is analog clock and the digital clock. The first one, which is analog clock, this is the shape or the face of the clock. We have two arms. The tall arm or the long arm is the minutes arm, and the short one is for the hours. The lines or the dots around the edge are the minutes. There are 60 minutes marked on the clock. This is because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. The numbers around the clock face are the hours. This is the analog clock face. There are 12 hours from 1 to 12 marked on the clock. The second one is the digital clock. This is the face or the shape of the clock. We have two parts. The first part is for the hours number and the second part for the minutes number. Here we have two dots to separate the hours and the minutes. We have 55 minutes. After the hour, there are 5 minutes between each two numbers. Between each two numbers, we have 5 minutes. So we can use table 5 or counting by 5. This is our clock. The hours on it from 1 to 12. This is the hour arm. This is the minutes arm. And this is the second arm. We can divide the clock into two equal parts. The first one, which is past, and the second part, which is 2. Here I have 12. 12 is a clock when my minute arm stands exactly on 12. And here in the opposite side 6, which is half past when my minutes arm is standing just on 6. Here they are the same. Here 1 is 5 past and 11 is 5-2. 2 is 10 past and 2 and 10 is 10-2. 3 is quarter past, 9 is quarter to. 4 is 20 past, 8 is 22. 5 is 25 past and 7 is 25-2. This is in the analog clock. And in our day we can say that the past part for the light, for the sun, and the 2 part for the night, for the moon. Here we said that we can use table 5. So 0 at 12 times 5 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 10 is 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. 7 times 5 is 35. 8 times 5 is 40. 9 times 5 is 45. 10 times 5 is 50. 11 times 5 is 55. And then we will go back again to 12 with a new clock. New hour. We have note. We said that in the analog clock, we can divide the clock into two equal parts, the to and past parts. We start reading from the minutes to the hours. In the digital clock, we start reading from the hours, then the minutes, and we use table 5. Remember or remark that minutes in letters in the analog clock, when it's on 12, it will be a clock. We have 5 past or 2. We have 10 past or 2. We have 15 or quarter past or 2. We have 20 or third past or 2. We have 25 past or 2 and half past. In digits, we use table 5 as we said. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then 55. We have 4 main corners. We have to know it. The first one, which is a clock. on the analog clock when the tall or the yellow arm is pointing to 12. So it will be a clock. The clock shows 7 o'clock. Why 7? Because my hour arm or the short arm is pointing to 7. And in digits, we write 7 2 zeros. Here, quarter past. On an analog clock, when the tall or the yellow arm is pointing to the 3, it's quarter past. So the clock shows quarter past 2. Why 2? Because my short arm, the hours arm, is pointing to 2. And in digits, we cross the hours with the minutes, and we can write it to 15. The hour first, then the minutes, opposite to the analog clock. The third part, which is half past. On an analog clock, when the tall or the yellow arm is pointing to the 6, it's half past, and the clock shows half past 3. How can I write in digits? I cross the minutes with the hours, and it will be 3:30. Quarter 2. On an analog clock, when the tall or the yellow arm is pointing to the 9, it's quarter 2. The clock shows quarter to 12. Here we have a note. In the digital clock, when the minute arm is in the 2 part, we will minus 1 from the hours. So it will be 11:45. Why 45 here? Because 9 in the minutes times 5, it will be 45, and we will minus 1 from the hours, it will be 11. Remark. Always look at the little hand, the hour hand first. Here in this clock, first find the hour by looking at the little hand, the hour hand. Where is the hour hand pointing? If it's pointing anywhere between 1 and 2, we will take the smallest number in the past part. Okay? So my hour will be 1. Now find the hour by looking at the tall hand. My time is 1:30. Why I said half? Because my minutes arm is pointing to 6. And why I said 1? Because it's in the past part, and we will take the smallest number. And in digits, I cross the hours with the minutes, it will be 1:30. In this clock, first find the hour by looking at the little hand. Where is the hour hand pointing? It's between 5 and 6, so we know it's between 5 and 6. When the minute hand points that way, we know that it's called quarter 2, the next door. So we will take the largest number in the hours, which is the largest number here, pointing between 6 and 5. We will take 6 in the 2 part, when the minutes in the 2 part. So my time is quarter to 6. We said when the minute arm in the 2 part, we will minus 1 from the hours. So it will be 5:45. Write the time. Here in this clock, my short arm pointing to 2 and my tall arm pointing to 1. So my time is 2:05, and in digit we cross the minutes with the hours, start with the hours, it will be 2:05. Here my short arm pointing between 3 and 4 and my long arm pointing to 5. In the past part, in the hours, I will take the smallest number. So my time is 3 and in digits it will be 325. Here in this clock, my short arm between 2 and 3 and my tall arm on 8. So it will be third or 22, 3. And in digits, we will minus 1 because my minutes are in the 2 part, it will be 240. Here, my time is 10 to 9. And in digit, we will minus 1 from the hours, which is 9. It will be 8:50. Here, my long arm stand just on 12, so it will be 3 o'clock. Here, the same, my time is 6:45. I'll minus 1 from the hours. It will be 6:45. Here, my time is 25 to 1. And in digits, we will minus 1 from the hour. It will be 12:35. Why 35? Because 7 times 5, it will be 35. Here my short arm on 11 and my tall arm on 3. It will be 15 or 11:15. And in digits, it will be 11:15. Here my short arm on 7 and my long arm on 6, so it will be 7:30. And in digits, it will be 7:30. The last one, my short arm on 5 and my tall arm on 4, it will be third or 5:20. And in digits, it will be 5:20. Thank you.